Check 1, 2.
Welcome to RTA Motorsports.
And hello everyone, welcome. Crash here. This is RTA Motorsports. If you were just in the prior stream, ooh, I gotta raise that camera up. That camera is sagging a little bit. There we go. If you were just in the prior stream, again, I am sorry about the technical difficulties that we have just had. I'm using a system that doesn't get used too often. I think there was a critical update and it had to restart, and it decided to do so. I didn't go through any of the settings to really ensure that that wouldn't happen because it's not my system, but we are back again. I apologize about that. Hopefully that will not happen again. So just to recap, if you're just joining in for the first time, again, welcome. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. We do a lot of rig builds and a lot of rig work, as well as live stream, first person views, and VR reviews. Lots of VR reviews. I'm actually working on the Meta Quest Pro review as we speak. This is just kind of holding us up a little bit to get that video out. This is my rig here. So this is my Prosimu T1000 AL cockpit. It's a 3 degrees of freedom motion rig. Has an actuator in the back, 2 in the front. The one in the back handles traction loss. The 2 in the front handle the up and down pitch motion as well as roll. This monitor stand has served me for a long time. I've had it before we went to the AL cockpit with my other Prosimu rig, which was a lot smaller in size all the way around, except for its footprint. Footprint was exactly the same, just shorter, I should say. This monitor stand served me well during that process. It never really was totally wide enough. I always had issues with the prior rig sort of hitting it here and there a little bit, but never really bad enough where I felt like I needed to change my monitor stand. After upgrading to the AL cockpit, size was definitely an issue. It wasn't tall enough, so I ended up making these stands that the stand is actually standing on to make it tall enough, but it's also not wide enough. So the wheel mount is pretty big and robust on these aluminum rigs. And what we actually ran into was whenever it would roll or pitch, it was actually hitting either where the PC is standing on in the back or the side arms here. And so I had to move my monitors out to a point where I just don't like it. The monitors are too far away. It's not as immersive. And especially when you set your FOV settings for your monitor distance away from your eyes, you see less of the cockpit. It's just not as good as it could be. And that always bothered me. What actually happened during the MetaQuest Pro video as we were recording, something happened here. I had the headset on. I heard a big boom. Took the headset off. My monitor stand was against the wall. My PC in the back was about to fall down on the floor, which probably would have broken the PCB on my motherboard, broke the graphics card off. It wouldn't have been good because that GPU is definitely super heavy. That's a 4090. It just wasn't good all the way around. My monitors were flailing out. I yelled. My wife came up and saved the day, helped me lift this monitor back. We were both sweating and breathing heavy because, you know, everything on here is super heavy. It just wasn't good. And I said to myself, I knew that this day was coming. I needed a monitor stand that was appropriate for the rig, and this wasn't it. And it was time. It was definitely time to get a monitor stand that was appropriate to the rig itself. So now we have the next level racing elite quad monitor stand. So this here that I have, this table clamp that I'm using for my fourth monitor stand, it works. I have it kind of set up here where it works really well. I could go up and down. I could swing it in and out. I could use it for this. I won't have those functionalities anymore, but it's going to be the right quad monitor stand for the rig and for the monitor stand. It's going to look clean. It's going to look perfect. The next level elite monitor stand is a beautiful stand. It's expensive, very expensive, but it's a beautiful stand. We'll do a video on my thoughts on that at a later time. I don't think we're going to get a full install done here because I only got about an hour before I got to unfortunately head to work myself. But let's break some of this down, hang out together. If you guys have any questions, definitely let me know in the comment box. We have live chat going right now, so if you have any comments, any questions, let me know and I'll try to answer them in real time. Let me get chat up so that way I can see it. There we go. All right, perfect. So, and let's make sure that the stream is actually going. Now I don't trust the system. All right, perfect. Yep, looks like everything is going here. Let me check one more thing before we start this whole breakdown process. It's always so many things to check, especially if you're on another system than you normally use. It's like, oh no. All right, there we go. So we are running right now. We got everything set up the way it should be. We should be good to go. 100-mile-per-hour pixels, what's up, brother? How you doing? Let's get this moved over here. All right, perfect. So I think I'm going to start with just taking the monitors off. I already disconnected this one here. Hopefully again, hopefully that PC doesn't shut off on me again. Hope everyone's doing well. 2023. Whoa. Life of a Sim Rig, Mestizo, what's up? Definitely check out his channel. Mestizo, what monitor stands are you rocking, bud? Are you SimLab? I think you have SimLab monitor stands, right? Yo. There was a few things that influenced my decision. Yeah, the integrated, okay. Yeah, there was a few things that influenced my decision to go with the Next Level Racing Elite quad stand. The biggest one being, and it's gonna sound sad, but the biggest one being, it was on Amazon and I could get it within a few days. Some of these monitor stands that I actually wanted that seemed a lot more price conscientious, because the Next Level Elite stand is expensive. They were coming out of the country, probably wouldn't be here for weeks, and I really needed to get my rig going again. So once I get this rig put together and we really get some time living with this Next Level Elite stand, I really want to see how I feel about it, how I feel about the build quality. So far, the build quality is actually really good. Packaging was amazing. I put most of it together already. I didn't think anyone really wanted to see just aluminum profile going together, so I didn't really record that part because it goes together very easily. I will show the instructions manual in the review once we do a review for it, because I feel with aluminum profile, anything that comes to sim racing, instructions seem to be a little sparse or sometimes non-existent, and I feel like Next Level Racing did a very good job with the instructions, and the monitor stand went together very quickly and easily. There are some areas of improvement maybe that I could just leave as a suggestion, but probably some of the easiest and most simplest instructions I've ever had to deal with. These are, in case anyone's wondering, we did do a review, well, not a review, a video on these monitors, but these are specifically, I bought them at Costco. These are the LG 32GN63T. So they're the 32-inch monitors. They go, I think, 164 hertz. Those are not lats. That is that's fat that I have deposited in such a unique way. No, but I do need to lose the gut a little bit. I have been working out. My goal is to do a powerlifting meet in 2024. So that's kind of what I'm working towards. I do need to get my numbers up a little bit though, quite a bit. So this winter kind of bulked up a little bit. I'm going to start trying to do some cutting soon. I can already see now that the monitor's off, my monitor stand is wanting to fall backwards. So we're going to have to, I think, just take that PC off next. So many wires to deal with. This will also be a good opportunity for me to clean up the wiring. Because over the few years of just taking things on and off the rig, it not being super accessible, things have gotten a little bit sloppy, so be a good time to kind of get all that handled. Just gonna let these two droop here. Let's take the camera down though. Camera's completely disconnected. Any of you guys have an Elgato Facecam Pro, that new camera that just came out? If so, let me know what your thoughts are. Really, really looking into it. Kind of hard to find though. It doesn't seem to be in stock anywhere at the moment. All right, so we got the PC completely disconnected. Let's take this off here. I really love this wall stand that I made. It's so simple. If anyone wants to see a video on how I did it, even though it's pretty self-explanatory, definitely let me know. It's been the backdrop of a few videos. Let me move this camera here so that way you could all kind of see. But I know a lot of people in the sim racing community have a lot more elaborate stands for their wheels. I just wanted something that was backlit and simple. And I have 3D printed, and I think on the video, or on a video where I spoke about it, I actually posted the files for these. If not, I will. I'm going to go through and make sure that I did or did not actually make the video for it. But these here are just quick release mounts that I think it works for NRG and the Sim Experience one. I forgot which one Sim Experience uses, but it actually fits most quick releases here. So, and I actually just made a base plate for it with 2 screw holes so that way I can mount it to this wood, and I aged the wood, put a backlight, but it just makes really organizing my wheels super simple, easy. Just use a quick release, take it on and off. It's never gonna fall on anyone's head. And just gives it a nice little stylistic place to keep my wheels organized and off the floor. That was the main thing. Cool. There we go. All right, so let's take this PC down next. You can only lift houses. I would love to be able to lift a house. Pick up a VW Beetle. Hey Jesse, what's up, bud? No, I'm not that strong yet. And the beautiful thing is a lot of the people that I work out with are much stronger than me in all the main lifts, like on another level, you know? I mean, I'm only benching in the 300s right now. A lot of my friends, they don't even work out for like 6 months, come back and bench 405 like it's nothing, you know? So I'm trying to catch up to them, but it's also good to have people that are better than you in whatever you're trying to do to really help you pick your game up. But 2023, I'm excited for this year, both for sim racing. Me and Jesse have been talking a lot about getting back on the rigs, and I really think that this year is going to be awesome. A big part of me not being on the rig a lot was I wasn't really excited about getting in the rig because it kind of just felt like I felt like this day was coming with the monitor stand, and it just, you know, I'm a little bit of a perfectionist with making sure that the view is just right and that it's immersive and everything. And when your rig is set up in such a way that you're not happy with it, even though this is a beautiful 3 degrees of freedom motion rig, but being that I can never get my monitors exactly where I wanted to, and it would bother me endlessly every time I sat in the rig, I felt like that's what kind of kept me away from sim racing as much. Also, I heavily got into one-wheeling, heavily got into, you know, working out. But I feel like this is going to be an awesome year for sim racing. So All right. Jamal, no, it's not the Ubuntu screen stand, although I think they make one very similar. I think this is called like an Extreme or something like that. It's on Amazon, but I know there is a sim racing company, and that might be the one you're talking about, that makes one extremely similar. Like it looks identical. Now, if it is, then it would be the same stand. You have 3 inches of dust on your rig. No, you don't. Again, there's nothing wrong with the Extreme stand that we have here. It doesn't fit the rig. So make sure you buy whatever you're buying with the intent of upgrading in the future and it's still working, or you know, count on buying things that support your rig that will support, what am I trying to say here? Future-proof your rig a little bit. Buy things that will work with your rig into the future. And if you can't, you're just going to have to keep buying, you know, and it's just going to cost more in the end. So I'm kind of hoping that one of my friends may take this monitor stand. The only thing is they're going to have to weld the legs on, because I ended up having to cut the legs just to fit. I did a lot of modifications to this just to get it to work, but I know one of my friends has a welder, probably will be willing to take this monitor stand. So kind of probably will go to them, see what we could do here. Yep, there it goes. Wants to fall back already. Okay. Bring this over here. Yeah, also make sure that you have a monitor stand or setup that enables you to be able to work on your stuff fairly easily. The biggest downside to how I have this set up and my limited space that I have to set it up is I can never, well, not that I could never, I definitely did, but it was extremely difficult to get behind my rig to get to my PC. And that caused a lot of issues. Almost time to restart. Hold on, my computer was trying to restart again. Not now. But you see how this whole thing just fell backwards and leaned backwards? That happened to me while I was doing the review for the MetaQuest Pro. Very scary scenario. Marked up the wall a little bit. Kind of feel like this PC is getting hung up on something. Let's see. See, I thought we were free. Let's see. Okay. Woo! All right. There is that. So because where I had it mounted also, what I did was on the back side of the PC, double-side tape a power strip and this USB port or USB hub up top. So that way I can just have everything on the rig plug into there. Work just fine, but you can see it's very hard to get down. Let's see what else. Just a 1 inch. Okay, that's just a dusting. I mean, you know, they don't even close roads down for that. So you're good, man. What else could I take off? Let's take this off. So one thing I was kind of worried about with this stream today was actually the storm we have rolling into Northern California. So I was really worried about that cutting my power, but we haven't really had any rain or wind yet. So it's actually been pretty decent weather so far. Hopefully it stays this way. But the one thing I didn't see is this PC keeps trying to turn off. Keep trying to restart. It's got to be installing like critical Windows updates and trying to restart immediately. There we go. All right. Ooh. So again, this piece here is just a normal like desk mount for a monitor. This doesn't come with that monitor stand at all. It's just something I did to get a fourth monitor. Again, just to try to make it work for what I needed. Check 1 2. Okay, just making sure it's still picking up. All right, so we are almost in the clear. Got tons of wires to pick up here. This is definitely going to be a multi-part video series. What time is it? 1:30 almost. I'm just going to have to take some of these zip ties off. Where's my cutters? There we go. Oh man. Let's see. Let's hope you swapping this monitor stand for one made out of aluminum. Yes, yes. Reseller madness, what's going on? So Jamal, before the computer restarted the first time, I actually had it here. Let's see. Let's see if maybe... Let's try it this way. I'm going to move this camera and hopefully we have enough run. Take a walk with me. That is the monitor stand right over there. And you can just see how big it is there. It's already, for the most part, set up. It's just not tightened yet. So everything's just loosely kind of put together so that way I could get it in its position, then tighten everything down before we put it on. And then the quad stand. Check 1 2. Sorry about that. Actually dropped the mic attachment there. Yeah, the quad attachment's actually on the floor here. Also put together, but just needs to be mounted. So yeah, it's a big extruded aluminum setup. Should fit over this just fine. Much larger setup than this, so I think it's going to work out just fine. Just to clean up and tear down are the longest parts of this whole thing. I think we should almost be ready to just try to lift this over. See if we could ah. All right, let me get my cutters again. We got to cut some looming. Cut some loom. Yeah, it definitely is a beefy monitor stand. Yeah, I think it's going to work out okay. Again, the monitor stand itself is about 1.5 inches wider than the white point of this rig as far as the legs go. So it is wider than the rig completely, but the rig does have traction loss. It does swing out, so hopefully that doesn't interfere. I don't think the legs would be that far back though, so I think we should be fine no matter what. Sad. Kind of figure out where these wires are heading to. There we go. Got one. Any of you guys have Philips Hue lights on your rigs? It's been a lot of fun kind of messing around with the lights and then having them adapt to the car and where I am on track. It's been pretty a pretty cool sort of immersive thing to play around with, but hopefully once we get everything set in its optimal position, it'll add to the immersion. You have loads of Hue Plus things? That's awesome. Which ones are you kind of messing with? Do you have the Hue Play bars? Seems like a lot of people have the Hue Play bars on their rigs. And I know they have come up with other things, like they had their addressable RGB, like pipe lighting now that they have. But I've been only really messing with the play bars. I have like 3 on my rig, 3 on there actually, so it's one blowing on the back wall, 1 on each side coming down, and then 1 underneath the seat coming out back, and we have more play bars around the room here. But been trying to look at other options to try to make it a little bit more like an immersive environment. Let's see. Nothing seems to be catching. Nope. think we're pretty good. Are we? I don't know. I keep finding more and more wires that are attached to here somehow. Ooh, that would have been bad if I would have just yanked that USB right off my pedals. That wouldn't have been good. All right, let's see if I can lift this up and over. Last time I had to have my wife kind of help me out with it. I think that side's a heavier side. Something's already grabbing. Let's see. There's that, and where's this USB going? There's that. Okay. Oh, I gotta cut some. Oh no, that should be fine. Hopefully you guys are not gonna watch me break something here that it's very hard to replace. Whoop. There. Whoops. Case in point. How'd that fall behind me? Well, hopefully that's still okay. Oof. Tons of fun. Oh, you saw the mixer go down? DIY on the ceiling. Oh, I never even thought of doing that. That's pretty cool. Jamal, do you have a video of your setup? With the lights? Hopefully the mixer's not broken. I'm really praying here that it's not broken. That thing was not cheap. think this is where we're gonna pause, and then we'll wrap it up probably tomorrow. I'll wake up earlier. I had to run some errands today, so today was a little bit of a short amount of time that I had to actually work on this thing. Come on, Jamal, you got to do it. You got to do it. All right, everyone. Thank you for hanging out and, you know, just kind of being a part of this whole teardown. And maybe tomorrow, hopefully, we'll have the big monitor stand get rolled in here and set up around the rig and see how that looks. I'm really excited and nervous about the fitment of everything on here. I'm also really excited to, again, go over wiring and making sure that everything is clean, because over time, things kind of got a little bit spidery. So I want to make sure that all the wiring is nice and tidy as much as possible without taking months and months to kind of just fix it all. But for the most part, I think this is going to work out really, really well. One thing my wife was bringing up is I have this picture, and I just want all of your guys' opinion. You see that picture right there? I absolutely love that picture. I have not had it behind my rig because of having to go back there, work on things, not really much space. I didn't want to knock it off the wall accidentally. My wife was saying that I really should have that behind the rig. I don't know. I'm thinking about doing so. I don't want it to be hidden. So that's the only thing about it. Really don't want it to be hidden, but thinking about moving that over. Yeah, I know the weather's going to be kind of crazy tonight. 7 transducers. Okay, that's awesome. Oh, that's got to feel amazing. All right, everyone, definitely catch me on the next one. Hopefully, we are going to do the stream tomorrow. If not, I definitely intend to do it sometime later this week. I'll let you all know if it's not going to be tomorrow when we're going to do it on the community tab of this channel. Definitely subscribe, hit that like button. It helps me out greatly, more than you know. I'm looking to build this channel to at least over 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. We need to get back on track and get back in the rig, get back to sim racing. Everyone, I'm Crash, this is RTA Motorsports. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and catch you all next time.